Hello there guys, my name is Jay88 and welcome back to another episode of Empyrion, where today my voice sounds ridiculously groggy because I'm currently suffering with my glands in my neck have all gone weird. But anyway, a lot has changed since we last were here. I've got a lot more resources now, and I've also pimped out the base a little bit more, and I've also gave ourselves a little bit of a landing pad for our ship, which is now, thanks to a guy called Clint Gledhill, will now be called the Nighthawk. Now, the ship has changed slightly as well because I've sort of been tweaking with it, and what we now have is we now have this like weird back section which actually swoops to the sort of the back wings rather than just kind of starting here, because it kind of was a bit abrupt on how that started. So it's been a bit tweaked and changed. But if we jump in, we can actually give it its name and crack on. So I want this one, we want main. And what we want to do is we want to go HMS Nighthawk. If I go enter, that should have renamed now. So if I hit Y and we sort of take a bit of a wander away, it should show up if I there we go. So HMS Nighthawk. So we have a little craft with a really cool name. It still isn't sort of oxygenated, which I'm not too fussed about, but at least it's got a name now, which is good. So we changed that. We've added this, as I said, this little platform area, which I've put some lights down and whatever to sort of enable us to land here with some other ships. We might extend this, and the way I've done this is I've actually got the tier 2 drilling tool now. And what I've done with this is I've actually used the filler and the flattening tool. So basically filled up to a certain height and then flattened back down again. And that's what's given us this sort of nice blend between the base and the the landing area. Now we've put our plants down. We had 2 of the alien honey plants, and we put those down, and those will grow no matter what on Akua because they are like an indigenous plant to the planet, so they actually work. And yeah, we've got, as I said, loads of resource now. We've got quite a lot of everything. And I've also been prepping for a secondary ship. I've been prepping lots of materials. However, it will need to be a hover ship, and we don't have the right things unlocked yet to do that. So that's fun. Now, what I want to do is I also want to show you guys how switches work a little bit. Give you guys a bit of info, because what I've done is I've actually put a light switch on the base, so we can turn the lights on and off for this section. Now, the growing pots actually stay on because I figured, well, why keep them off when, you know, I can have them on all the time so they're growing constantly, because that was my main worry. The base is constantly on anyway, so we've just sort of, you know, done that. We did run out of fuel at one point, but we should have that down now, being as we've got so much promethium. I went through and got quite a lot of iron and copper, cobalt, magnesium, so we should be able to afford to make some weaponry and things in the future. Now, as I said, what I want to do is I want to take the Nighthawk out and maybe go on a bit of an adventure. But before that, I want to show you how the switches work. So with switches, they work on logic. They work on, what do they call it on here? They work on signal logic. So you've got and, or, and all that sort of stuff in here that allows you to trigger certain things when you hit a switch. And then as you trigger those things to go off, you can also trigger other things with the same button press. So what I've got here is I've got a lever which actually actuates and allows me to turn the lights on and off. Now you think, oh, this would be pretty easy. It is, but you do have to know a lot about how it works in the game. So if you hit P, it will bring up your well, if you hit P anyway, you go to your devices. This will actually show you what things you've got here. So we've got 2 levers. I'm actually going to just do an auto regroup again to put all the levers in the same place. Now, the levers are just called levers. You can rename them to make it easier to find them, but you shouldn't need to. If you do go on to the actual section called signal logic, you'll actually see they have a signal name. So this is configuring what your selections are for these different things. So each lever has its own signal name. So if you name this, so like with the lights, with this light switch for instance, what I did was I called it light switch because that is essentially what it's doing. It's going to switch the lights on. If you wanted to maybe room number them to say, you know, light switch 1, light switch 2, whatever, you can do that. And this is something that I'll be doing when I go through the when I go through and sort of finally build the new Dawn in this, the new Dawn 6.0. And yeah, so essentially what these do is you rename this to say whatever you want it to say for that specific lever, and make sure it is named. Then what you do is you actually go onto each of the lights. Now you'll actually see that the configure signal on these is a little bit different, because what you've got here is you've got a configuration on what you want it to do. So you select for the on and off the light switch, which is called light switch, and you also have the grow lights, which has one of its own because there is a light switch for the grow lights. And then you have different things it can do. So it can follow, so it basically follows exactly what it will follow no matter what status the lights are in. It will ensure that that the lights will sort of flick on and off regardless of the positioning of the switch. You have toggle, which I believe sort of if you had two things on the same circuit, it will toggle between one and toggle between the other. You then have on and off, so you can basically turn something completely on or completely off. So you can have dedicated switches for on and off, and then just probably recolor them. We also have this little button here, which I'm not sure what this does at the moment. If you guys know, feel free. And then we also have different types of circuit configurations. We've got the 2 times AND, 4 times AND, the 2 NAND. You've got the ORs, the NORs, inverters, set, reset, latch, and delay. So the delays will obviously generate a delay for something else to happen. So you want a door to open, and then just as the door opens, you want a ramp to start extending out for you to walk through, and stuff like that. So it's really, really easy. And so all you have to do with these lights is basically all the lights that you want to sort out and change, make sure they're renamed appropriately in the devices section. And all you've got to do is go select the light switch, select follow, and do that for all 3. And once you've done that, the lights will all go off and all go on together. And notice when I turn it off, basically the grow light stays on, which is cool. We can have many switches if we really wanted to, some LCD screens for all the different functions. But as another point, if you go into the main section of this area, what you actually have here is you have custom settings. So we actually have a setting for lights, which I believe, yeah, it turns off all the lights. It doesn't just turn, it doesn't. It turns off all the lights and doesn't keep the grow lights on. So what you can do is you can essentially, so create a group in the devices, which is here, and then basically these 3 lights. What you can do, I'll do it with something. What's easiest to do? Easiest to do would be we've got the grow lights, they've got their name. Here we go. So we can basically give them shortcuts. So this group, we can call it custom 1. So if we go back to the main, we can then toggle custom 1 on and off, and I believe we can rename that if we want to. So if you want the lights on or off, notice how the light here goes to amber, which basically means it's in between. It's a little bit strange like that. It basically says you've got some lights on, some lights off. It's sort of in between, as I said. So also notice when I turn the lights on and off, my usage obviously goes up and down, comparing, you know, to yeah, all that good stuff. So what we're going to do now is just going to go back to devices, we're going to go back to the lights, and we're going to take it off custom 1 because we don't need that. But if you need shortcuts for ships, that's very, very useful, especially if you use the main menu quite a lot for your fuel and everything else, and you want to turn weapons on. You also have signals you can turn on and off as well, which is kind of cool. So you can toggle the signals from here rather than having a switch, so you can do it through your HUD rather than having to fart around. So after nearly 10 minutes worth of chatting about all that, let's take the Nighthawk and actually go out for some midnight flying, shall we? Let's jump in, turn her on, and how much fuel do we actually have in her? We actually have 10 hours worth of fuel, which is good. When we start flying, obviously that'll decrease. We have got our power on, lights are all on. Notice how again I can toggle them on and off, and signals, or I can turn the signals off because we don't have any signals. And what I could do is actually not a bad idea. I could signal. I could have a for my ramp behind. What I could do is I could basically fly the ship up a bit, maybe a bit lower because I don't think I'm going to get there at that height. What we can do is fly her up. We can actually make a signal or sensor if we had them for small ships, small vessels. If we had the signals and whatever for this, what we could do is we could have a motion sensor, and the motion sensor could be strapped to the floor, and as we get closer to the floor, the ramp could retract or you know, stick out or stick in, whichever one you want it to do. So we have that ability once we obviously unlock the blocks. Now, where haven't we gone that often? We haven't really gone over here, but I do remember we don't have a lot of ammunition for the craft. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some, I think it's 15mm bullets, wasn't it? It's for the machine gun, which is 15mm, yeah. So we need some 15mm bullets to make maybe 20. 20 times 5, that's, yeah. Yeah. We're going to use probably about 100 of our magnesium with these, which should be, okay. I'll be honest, that should be fine. We get 100 bullets per sort of go. So we'll leave those going. We are going to need some food to take with us. One of those things, well, food is like a critical thing at the moment that I'm kind of struggling to keep on top of, just because we haven't really had much growing, so everything we've got currently is stuff that we've kind of scavenged. So I'm hoping that these things will grow a bit faster. We can get an akua berry bush as well, sit it here, and then we can hopefully get some of the native simple foods out of the way that will give us small amounts of health. I'm sure right now I've been literally tucking into akua berries. I think, you know, we can actually cultivate a seed from some of this for akua berries. Akua berry, we need nutrient solution, which we need rock dust. We have plenty of rock dust in here. We'll take half of that stack, drop it in here, and there we go. So we'll make this, and we can make an akua berry sprout, leave this running while we're out, and then hopefully come back to some nice foodies that we can tuck into. Where is it? Oh, we need another purified water. Well, that's a bugger, because we kind of used it all just. Well, what we can do is we can leave, actually we won't leave them here because they'll most likely go out off if we leave them. How is our construction going of the bullets? Not that badly. We can stick all this inside the ammunition crate, which is just at the front. Notice how we've actually used most of the ammunition that we've created because they go directly into the guns. I think the guns can take like 250 at a time, 300. So having like 600 bullets, you think you've got a lot, but you really haven't, because the amount you waste just trying to nail something is quite large, really. So, oh come on, this large constructor is taking the piss. Alright, let's just keep ferrying these over. And we can actually check out what we've got in the inventories of these. So we've got 2 more sets of armor. We've got a medium and a light. We're also wearing a medium pair of armor at the moment. We have all these fully stacked up. This is my oxygen suit, so this is for when we sort of go flying out and about into space. We have some fuel in there, and we've also got a drill and a chainsaw just in case we need them. Of course, we are now using drill charges, which we have 5 of. We might need some more of them because we no longer require the fuel for that. Yeah, I'm not sure whether to if I made a harvester module, what that does is it harvests plants rather than me having to go around picking them all. But I don't think we'd have a big enough farm to do that yet. I think it'd be cool in the future to maybe have quite a substantial farm on, you know, on a big ship, and then perhaps bring it in when it's needed to harvest everything. I think that'd be pretty cool to do. Of course, the farm would have to be quite big, and currently the farm on the New Dawn is massive, but it's not that sort of massive. It's quite small actually, but it can sustain basically all of the different types of food that we have on the game. So we got, I think, like, well, I say all, I'm probably saying probably be about 12 different crops we can put in, which is pretty good. Oh my god, hurry up. This thing takes forever sometimes, it just stalls. There we go, so we've got 11 on one and 10 of the other. Now we should be pretty much there. We've got extra fuel, so we shouldn't need to bother with that. There we go. And we want to fly in this general direction. We want to reload our guns, which as I said, they're 300. We've got 1700 left. So we want to fly in this direction really to do a bit more recce on the areas and hopefully not get shot at too much. But these guns should be pretty good at killing stuff off quite fast. The drones are pretty easy matches really. It's only when you get the rocket drones and some of the other baddies that you start to struggle. So it shouldn't be too bad. And the idea I've had with a mining vessel is to make the mining vessel have like a drill turret underneath, and basically you can set it down, lock it to the floor, and then essentially just fly around. You know, just drop it over the top of where you're going to be mining, and use a mining turret to mine out the inside, and then sort of pick up the rest with just basic tools. And that's one of the ideas I've had, which I think might work. But I really want to try it out because I think it'd be quite interesting to see. We're actually flying into the barriers here. It's not good. We're still on course. Yeah, we're still on course. We're actually going to hit some of the weird and wonderful places here. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I've had a few rainy days while I've been playing off camera, and the rain effects are really quite cool. Because what happens with the rain effects is when you go undercover, like some games won't allow it, but where basically the rain stops when you're undercover and it actually recognises that, which is a really, really good thing to have. And I like it for that reason. Now we have that village that we could potentially go and pillage. I'm thinking we will. Just because these guys tend to have seeds and stuff. So if we drop ourselves on the roof, hopefully we can get back on this roof. We will tip to one side. Hopefully we can lock her down. I don't think it's safe leaving the ship like that. Yeah, those weird animals are down there. Shit. There we go. Oh my god. Purely terrifying right now. See, there's a rare crate in there. Now, they have these weird dog-looking things, and we have 100 bullets to try and kill them off with. Those dog-looking things aren't the nicest to be around, so I tend to try and keep a good distance away from them. Or just put some rounds into their face. Damn, this shotgun! Look at the shotgun's actually been retextured. And they're all attacking me now. Let's keep flying around, keep them busy. Oh shit. Let's take their animal meats. Let's get in some of these buildings and quickly take what they have. Oh my god, yes, winner. They've got some lovely doors and stuff I can use, some heavy armoured doors. Nothing in this one. Wanting that one. Got this one. Oh. Oh, nothing. Already been in that one? Oh no. No, there's more in this one. Oh yes. Look at all this stuff. Can't believe they've retextured the shotgun. So the shotgun used to have a scope on it. Oh no, that'd be the tier 2, wouldn't it? Shit. My bad. I thought they'd retextured it, but of course it would be the tier 2, because tier 2 is like, you know, the one that's got a scope on and shit. There's no more of those wee beasties knocking around. I hope not anyway. They are horrendous to fight most of the time. These guys are horrible to fight as well, if you do actually attack them. What is in here? Hello. The weird head. Nothing in there. You would have thought there'd be something in the temple, like gifts to the gods, wouldn't you? Quick, get upstairs. Ow. You asshat. Sorry, you've run away. Can these guys seriously not get upstairs? Or ramps? They're respawning, I can tell you that much. Nothing in that one, I've already been in that one. Right, I think we've pretty much looted most of this. Oh no. Run. Fly. Yes. Another temple over here. Nothing, it's kind of like they're good evil gods, isn't it? They have one good, one bad. Let's get back over here and have a nice stealthy return back to the ship, to the Nighthawk. Winner, winner. Alright then, so we've basically pillaged their base. And we've got this one over here, which I think I already started. No. We have a minigun drone. Inbound. Excellent. Fight me. The Nighthawk is pretty swishy. There we go. Easy, easy. Alright, let's land her down. And you got some crates up here. I'm not sure whether I've already salvaged them. I'll keep the ship on because just in case anything gets a bit frisky with us. Ooh. Anything in these? I think I may have already been here and pillaged. Yeah, we'll head back. There's nothing here. But there was another village, which might be beneficial to fly to, which is just over here. And these guys, in their super ultra rare things, have lots of goodies, as we've already found through our inventory. So, hopefully... Oh, this one looks like a really weird one. Stop. Okay. Ship is really swishy. Are there any rude dudes around here? There's plenty of wheat. Take out these while we're here. One of them can spawn. Oh, try not to take out our own ship by flying around. And let's park it down again. Why? That really doesn't look safe to me, but I'm gonna trust in my own judgment and my own parking. Look at that. Excellent parking right there. OG parking, some would say. Oh, we're getting all the bits. All the bits. My god. Got any bad uns knocking around? This is like a multi-tiered building now, so is there going to be any more stuff? I like these little huts. It's really, really cool. Really, really nicely made, besides that, where you've got to jump to get to the next bit. But there's nothing else in this building, just that one at the top. I really wish these guys would aggro when you sort of pillage in their buildings, because that'd make it 10 times harder. But I'll be honest, the AI in Empyrion really does need some work, because it can be a little bit derpy and probably too easy. I mean, I think the only ones that are really kind of difficult is when you go to the actual dungeons and stuff, and they really do pose some sort of threat because they try and outsmart you with, you know, sort of blocks breaking around you and stuff. But no, I really do think that they could make them a bit more challenging, or make it its own separate setting to make like potentially hostile characters a bit more difficult. Oh my god, we're getting some more doors, more door. Right, less of the Lord of the Rings references, and let's have a mooch around here. Now they've got a bit of a farm going somewhere. It's over there, wasn't it? I've got a well, a remarkably large well. Oh no, here it is. Are they dead plant? Oh, they were trying to grow stuff and it failed. Well, that's good. So we've got no crops. Excellent. Could have done with them, but whatever. I guess it just shows how much of losers these guys are. These locals are. You suck. Ooh, ultra rare. Ooh. And we've actually run out of inventory space. I'm going to have to head back. Unless I took some injuries. I'm going to need some Akura berries now. These will make me feel cold, which isn't too bad. But you kind of have to be careful with how many you eat. They make you like 3 degrees colder than normal. So what you can end up doing is you can end up sort of making yourself freeze up a bit, your stamina goes down a bit, and you find yourself not being able to run as much. But they are really, really good in other ways. Like if you're getting too hot, you can take Akura berries to make it cooler. But if you actually eat larger meals, like the big meals that give you lots of food, and you eat too many of them, you can actually feel like too hot. So it tends to be eat lots of meals, feel too hot, eat some Akura berries, and then feel better again. Right. Last building. Now there's nothing really in the rest of these buildings, which is a bit cack. Is there anything at the front? There'll be a spawner here. Some upstairsy sections here. Anything? No. No. I like these little fortifications though. They're really nice. And here it is again, the temple shrine to their gods. Awesome. Oh, look at that. Just that jump then. Some epic jumps. Alright, let's do that. Drop everything we have inside here. Besides that shotgun ammo. Could really use that. I've actually got a tier 2 shotgun here, so I'm just going to swap it out. We don't have any assault rifle ammo. Or not a lot of it anyway, so I'm not going to do that. And there we go. Now, the tier 2 shotgun is what I thought it was. Yeah, it's the one with the scope on. Why you'd put such a long range scope on a freaking shotgun is beyond me. But that it is how it is. So we've got shitloads really. This little reconnaissance mission. It's good. We're gonna have to turn around and sort of head home, because I am aware of how long this episode's gone on for. But oh my god, why is the ship being so sluggish? Needs a bit more oomph up its arse. I think that's the only thing that this ship really does need. And also a question, do you guys want this ship putting on the workshop? I can do if you really want me to. I can sort of do that and leave a link in the next episode's description so you guys can have a bit of a play around with it, pimp it out a bit more, give it a bit of better looks maybe. Just up to you really. I mean, the next ship I'm going to be focusing on will be a harvesting ship. So, you know, if you want me to start publishing these to the workshop for you guys to play with, then feel free to ask and I will do in the comments. Yeah, back into the lovely sun, because we went that way. We kind of in the sun, and then it's kind of getting darker that way, but we're actually flying into the sun now, which is cool. So time's going backwards a little bit, and we're getting a bit more daylight. How far are we away? Discovered some copper. That's good. Where we are is actually like an abundance of resource. Like everything's in close proximity to everything. So we don't really need to worry too much. I mean, if you actually look over here, this is the abundance of resource we've got around us, which I don't know whether it's planned in the Empyrion sort of way, but it's still pretty freaking good, I'll be honest. Alright. I mean, this ship's pretty swishy on the up and down. Left and right is pretty wobbly. It's pretty swishy. Well, maybe I could get a few more thrusters in the left and the right side, and maybe a few more up and down. So we've only got 2 thrusters going up, 2 thrusters going down, and maybe that would help a little bit. And maybe some side thrust. I may have to have a tinker around off camera with some of the thrusters here. Stopping's not too much of a problem. Does occasionally sort of start drifting forwards, but that's not too bad. Right. Oh, did not mean to do that. There we go. And gather up all our goodies, bar one thing, and we'll go and put them in the relevant places. So we've got some more of them. We've got like large fuel tanks, which are all for large ships. These are also for large. It's for large. At least we've got plenty of fuel tanks. We've actually got one of each kind. We've got a tier 1, tier 2 and a tier 3. Awesome. Put those in there as well. We've got some large fuel packs, which will be beneficial for when we do get a big ship. Hopefully by then we'll have the ability to make our own. Also got some hydrogen packs, which will be pretty useful. And a small generator as well, out of randomness, and another ammo crate, which, let's put it up there with everything else. Oh, we got a large one. There we go. Right, as for resources, we picked up a whole heap of stuff. I also picked up some emergency rations as well. Cool. Dump them in there. The alien parts, I'll dump in here. I think I need them for healing goods. Actually, I'll take them back out of there. And it says intermediate product using ingredient for processing into more complex product. Yeah. So I think we can use them to make sort of medicines and stuff. That's what we can do. It's in our little tool cupboard. And put all these other bits and bobs in. I've got 16 shotgun shells in here, so I was kind of holding back with them. We want those upgrade modules to put somewhere else. And we've got some more Healy things. Why we put all the drill charges in there, I don't know. And the fuel packs. Just very strange things to put in this chest. More Healy things. And then we've got some more oxygen tanks, which we can have all the ammunition at the bottom. Have all the Healy products there. And put all the other tools and stuff. Why we've got a core in here, I don't know. We've got some plants as well. Okay, fridge. Want to put these canned bits, those, and that's it. Alien parts can go in here. Seeds can go in there. A wheat seed and whatever else. Oh, turn the lights on. Dump them in there. What sort of goods can we produce? We've got some sathium, which is good. Sathium is going to be quite useful. We've got 22 of that from our little excursion, which ain't too bad. More fuel and another core. So that wasn't a pretty bad haul really, from just going around the bases that we initially got shot at from, or just didn't want to go and visit them. I would seriously recommend doing that yourselves if you guys are playing through your own little playthroughs, and try it out yourself. Also, one of the reasons why I've used these lights in particular is you don't have to power them; they just power themselves. So they're the ultimate source of light without needing any promethium or anything. So I would seriously recommend using these in any sort of landing areas and stuff, because you don't. If you want to configure them, then obviously use the proper ones on the base. But if you can't afford to, or you don't want to do that, and you just want to make a nice little landing pad out of natural stone and stuff, do it and use the tier 2 tool. It's really, really beneficial to do it that way, because as you can see, I've saved so much space here. Now I've got this area that I can build in, as well as just walk around on, rather than having a big ship parked here. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this episode, then please feel free to leave the video a like. If you haven't, the button is. Comment for anything you want me to see or want me to do, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!